Hello, welcome to Colored Roses and Thorns. And yes, I'm drinking orange, pico, and black tea. No sugar. I'm having a little seasonal allergy. The pollen is really having no mercy, but it's still beautiful outside and a bit cool. You know, March is usually windy, but today we're going to speak about crystals. Yes, the power of crystals. I'm going to read you just a little bit from Karen Fraser's book, and you can find, I guess, this in bookstores, online, at Amazon. Remedies for Mind, Heart, and Soul, Crystals and Healing, the complete reference guide. As you know, I keep tons of crystals. I have them right now separated into little baggies. Well, let's get to it. The power of crystal. Have you ever wondered about the power of crystals? A lot of people just see shiny stones and they don't really know crystals are all about. They just know that they are beautiful and that they feel good sometimes just to hold them. Crystals may help you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. While the focus in this book is on emotional, mental, and spiritual healing, many people use crystals as complementary therapy to traditional Western medicine when they're experiencing physical problems or illness. For example, I lie down and play Sicilianite. Let me see if I have a Sicilianite here. Yeah, remember I love Sicilianite, holding it. Oh my gosh, it makes me feel so good. But for example, I lie down and play Sicilianite crystal on my forehead for about 20 minutes. Whenever I get a migraine headache. This typically will lessen the intensity or make the headache go away. Many other people use crystals in a similar way to help bring about physical healing or an alteration of physical symptoms. Crystals can also help us tune into intuition. Humans are naturally intuitive. We're born with the ability to be intuitive, but a lot of us don't develop that intuition because people are telling you, don't do that, don't use that, you don't know that, da da da. Yeah, intuition helps you to know. Although many of us get so wrapped up in the busyness of our daily lives that we fail to listen to our intuition. And I have done that a couple of times. And when I've ignored my intuition, I've been in a world of hurt, girl. For real, for real. And instead of us listening to those flashes of intuition, and the insight that we receive, a lot of us ignore it. It was actually my mom who said, you stop ignoring your intuition, because every time you ignore it, something goes wrong. And she's absolutely right. Excuse me. You can use crystals to help you focus on the guidance of your own inner voice. Some people call it God speaking through you, but it will help you to tune into that. Crystals can also add focus to your meditation, visualization, and affirmation practices. If you're struggling to get your life moving in the right direction, meditation, affirmation, and visualization in conjunction with the use of crystals can help you get on the right path. Crystals can also clear emotional blockage. Yes. Sometimes when we experience emotional trauma, we can create self-protective emotional blockages that prevent us from moving forward in our lives. Working with the right crystals can help clear away these emotional blocks, allowing us to move forward. And we all have times in our lives where we have some emotional blockage, whereas most of us may call it depression after a trauma. We all experience it. I have experienced it. And I found that the use of some crystals really have helped me rid some of that negative energy. One of them I like to hold. It promotes positive energy and vibes. The smoky quartz. It can help absorb negative energy. Crystals can also cleanse people and spaces. Many people are use crystals for cleansing and clearing away negative energy from spaces or negative thought patterns from people. When I've had negative experiences in my home, I use crystals to cleanse the area and to provide protection against future negativity. I never will forget that there was this particular person, actually it was a female, over here that day. And all she was giving off like the most uneasy energy. It was just pure negative. And the things that came out of her mouth kind of like messed with my energy. So as she was lying down, I just simply took out a few crystals and then I lit a piece of my sage with my wooden matches, and she came up out of her sleep. She had fallen asleep on my couch. She didn't know what was going on, but the look on her face, it was like, I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here. That negative energy was counteracted by the sage and the crystals that were absorbing the negative energy and sending out positive energy. And she couldn't stand it to the point where she was like, I gotta get out of here. I said, okay, you have a great day. Positive vibes, dear. Crystals can stimulate creativity and ideas as well. I work with several crystals nearby in the workspace because sometimes my job requires a lot of creative thought and movement. May it be at one of my delivery jobs, may it be here on YouTube, may it be in making bracelets or anything that I do, or painting. I paint a lot. It helps stimulate my creativity. Our by by strategically placing crystals in certain parts of my surroundings or in my workspace, you can create an energetic environment that enables you to think and problem solve in a creative manner. It's just absolutely soothing, sometimes even to look at certain crystals as the light shines through them. That's very, very comforting. And even the coloring, oh, I love the coloring. Let me take this particular one. It's, if I can get it out here. My orange calcite. This right here, it's like a orange color. Can you see that orange? But it's actually a deeper orange than it's showing on the screen, and it represents the zodiac of Cancer or the sun, and it helps in your reproductive system. If you're having a little gas, it helps dissolve calcification, and it helps with joint issues. Just holding this feels so good. It really does. Whoa. But on we go. How do crystals bring about change? All matter in the earth has a vibrational frequency. Even though we're all made of the same stuff, pure energy. But when we look at each other, we look differently. And that's all because we vibrate at different frequencies. We're all energy, baby. We're just a floating ball of energy. And what makes us different is that we all vibrate at frequencies. Vibration is important to who we are. The energy we emit and the way we relate to others all boils back down to energy. We even use the slang term. I know I use it a lot, baby. I think I vibe with you, or good vibes, or positive vibes. I use that quite often. And if we feel an instant affinity with someone, sometimes we said, I really vibe with that person. This is a much truer statement than many people even know. As creatures of energy, we tend to attract people, situations, and objects that vibrate at a frequency similar to our own. And that's a good point, because I know at one point in my life I was like, why am I attracting certain people? Because you tend to attract people with the same vibration or frequency. So if you're in a state of depression, or you're in a state in your life where your frequency isn't as high as it usually is, you will attract people that are on that same frequency. And a lot of any energy zappers know this, that if they can bring your frequency down, then they can easier manipulate and come into your life. So we have to work to keep our frequencies high, our energetic frequencies at a higher level. That way we will attract people with higher frequencies, because the lower the frequency is, the darker the energy is, quite frankly. And it's as simple as that. We tend to attract people, situations, and objects that vibrate at a frequency similar to ours. However, our vibrations vary from day to day, which is true. Some days you might be all peppy and have a high frequency and vibration. Like, I'm a little bit under the weather because of the allergy season. My energy or frequency is a little bit off. From day to day, in situations to situation, depending on a number of factors such as our moods and our emotions. What we put into our body has a large effect on how we vibrate. So if you're eating healthy foods, drinking healthy teas, hold up, that match, that makes you healthier, you will have better energy. You will have a higher frequency, and this too will attract certain people into your lives. Say I eat all vegetables. I'm usually a peppy person. I'm usually extremely happy. But when I changed my diet, and recently I did, after I hurt my back, I started eating like things I don't usually eat, like fried chicken. And that lowered my frequency. It contributed to more pain in my body, more of a dumpy mood, or something like that. But once I started back eating my vegetables, drinking my herbal teas, detoxing and cleansing my body with the proper foods, my energy is changing. My body, even the energy is working on bringing me back to my original body weight and shape. As humans, we are often lightning quick with mood changes and inconsistencies in our habits, but you become even more erratic, when you eat the wrong things. For instance, I had pancakes yesterday. That's something I usually have once in a blue moon. But I had pancakes, and pancakes have the tendency to make me feel heavy, disoriented, snappy, nervous, have dizzy spells. I don't know why it does that. Maybe it has gluten or something in it that does not gel with my energy. But today, my clarity is much, much better because I'm eating less and I had more greens. When I eat greens and vegetables and drink teas, my clarity is much, much better than when I eat a heavy, heavy meal. You ever get that heavy feeling in like the pit, like after you eat too much and you just don't feel like doing anything and you just don't? Well, it just zaps your energy. Certain foods make you feel that way. But on with the crystals, yes, everything can affect your vibration. It can lower it or it can raise it. Yeah, things that we eat. Unlike human, crystals maintain a consistent vibration. Because of the crystalline structure, most vibrate at relatively high levels. Yes. With certain crystals having extremely high vibrations. When we bring these crystals in contact to the proximity of ourselves, we can use them to tune our own vibrations to a higher level. By doing so, we can elevate our mood, focus our mind, and bring about desired changes. Because what people fail to realize is that the crystals come from the earth, and the earth has it generates like an electric charge. Therefore, the crystals also have an electric charge. Using crystals doesn't have to be difficult. You can hold them in your hand, like I just did, and like I do a lot. Place them in your pocket. I actually had a guy that came and purchased, I forgot what kind it was. It was a beautiful crystal, but he told me his whole mood had changed. He said his thoughts were more positive, and some of that can be manifested too. But he swore to me he put it in his sock, he had it in his pocket, and everything just changed for him. He said, I was just in a stupor. I couldn't get me no girl. I couldn't function right at work. But when I started carrying this crystal, disclaimer now, this crystal, everything changed for me. Yes, it does have an electrical charge, and it has the tendency to lift your vibrations up. And also, it's your state of mind too. So maybe just by him holding that crystal gave him a comforting feeling, a more relaxed feeling, that gave him the confidence to do some things that he had not done before, or try some things he had not tried before. Either way, the crystal enhanced those things and his vibrations. You can sleep with them under your pillow. I've done that for sure. I've had them in my pockets. I put them in a little pouch inside my bra. For real, for real. And you can put them inside your pillow. You can lie upon with crystals placed strategically on your chakras, or gently place one over the third eye. I think you've seen me do that with the amethyst, because it enhances your third eye. And sometimes I will put amethyst right there on my third eye. Yes. Now, I'm not going to go into crystals and chakras at the moment, but that's just a little bit about some of the things that crystals can do. Let's review. It can help enhance your intuition. It can help you focus in meditation, visualization, and affirmation practices. It can clear emotional blockages after a trauma. Crystals can cleanse people and spaces. Crystals can also stimulate creativity and ideas. So don't knock it until you try it. And I mentioned in one of my earlier videos several different crystals and what they do. You can go back and you can watch that, and maybe you can get one of those crystals according to what you need it for. But like I said, they have several crystal guidebooks. Let's see if I can get this one up. You have Crystal Healing by Karen Fraser. Or you can find, I really don't even know where I got this. I have tons of them, but the Encyclopedia of Crystals by Judy Hall. It can identify crystals and also tell you a little bit about what they do and how they can help you. But thank you for joining. Hold up. One more. For joining Colored Roses and Thorns. I'm going to drink my orange pico tea and hold me a few crystals on my third eye for real so I can see what you're doing. Be blessed. Colored Roses and Thorns.